Oh, if you can't cook, you know, people with Diogenes syndrome seem to, who routinely make bad decisions, make the decisions that they should never have to do dishes. And that's more important to just relax and enjoy themselves, have a drink, and maybe watch some old Batman flicks, which is what we're doing. And periodically, since I've decided to just go ahead and bite the bullet and do the dishes, I'll jump up and maybe do as many as I can to get it done. I actually had caught up, but one of the frustrating things of family members that deal with people who have undiagnosed mental disorders is that they end up doing all the work. And one tip for those who get in that situation is, yeah, I usually do my silverware first, and then I grab a handful, put them in a tub and or something, after I wash them and rinse them. It makes it twice as hard here because, one of the things we're fundraising for is to have a hot water heater replaced because I right now have to heat the water up on the stove and it hasn't heated up yet, so I washed what I could on the silverware, tackle it a step at a time, get all the silverware all done, and then next step will be the glasses. They're all getting ready to get done. And, well, I needed pans to cook in, so I did kind of go out of order. Of my normal order is to do the pans last, but since we've gone now for over a week without doing dishes, because I just got tired and fed up of being the only one doing the dishes. And sometimes, that's the bad thing about it. Even though you might not have the mental disorder, if you've got people around who are of the mind that, hey, everybody should do their fair share of work, it ain't happening. It ain't happening because these people who have these mental disorders make their own mind up of what is fair. And it's another dimension that, the average Joe and the average norms just don't apply to. The show today is appropriately titled Dishpan Hands. And enjoy while I get things going here. These pilots are going to be uploaded on YouTube, and like I said, I like to give a little pitch for getting some fundraising, doing some fundraising, getting some money in here so that we can continue to do our work, pointing out, observing, and bringing to the public's attention that they're out there. Ever since they cut those fundings back in, I think it was around 1996, and just let loose all of the mental patients of Central State Hospital here in Indiana, they're out there. They're out there affecting all of us. They're affecting our families, and life is not at all normal for anyone as long as they're not getting the medical help they need. We're hoping to raise funds to give another source of medical supplies. But first of all, we're hoping to get some funds so that we can repair our home office, get a hot water heater, a new furnace, some drywalling and flooring, and, well, the same home repairs that, are out there as was when we first did the Survivor cooking show with starring Cook and Chef Jim, which Franklin Straw starring him as Chef Jim, and myself as the cook of that show, to show some of the things you have to do to survive throughout the year when you don't have at the time we didn't have a stove, so we were cooking out a lot. Now, thanks to the recycle, the Habitat for Homes, we were able to get a recycled fridge and stove. I think they're pretty nice. and me working the temp jobs, helped to pay for that at the time. Ted, alias Frank. Ted's name is actually Franklin Straw, but anyway, we call him here at home Ted. He didn't have income at all at that time, and I had very little. So we're thankful, very thankful, for Habitat for Homes here in Indianapolis, Indiana, having secured or procured refrigerator and stove, which is a very important part of surviving in the winter, since you don't want to cook out in the winter. And everything in here is pretty much recycled. And we just thank all of those of you who's managed to help out with furniture and clothing and everything that we've needed to furnish our home that's in dire need of repairs. In our home and office, I should say. We do live here, and we work 24/7 to bring out information that you need to know, because you and your family and our police and our public servants are all affected by these undiagnosed medical, psychological, and sociological issues that are not being addressed, and we want to just get a quick band-aid to put over them. So, alrighty. See ya in the next pilot. Hopefully I'm uploading these pilots properly on YouTube. I need a cameraman. I need actors and actresses, and the rest of the crew that it takes to make a movie. But right now, since nobody wants to work on a voluntary basis, every dime that comes in that would normally be a paycheck will be going back into the business to do some of these repairs, to get us a hot water heater, to get us a furnace, and the things that we need to continue working on this dire subject